Morocco has withdrawn from hosting the Women Afcon 2026. Morocco, which was confirmed in 2024 October that it was going to host the Women's Afcon 2026, has now withdrawn from hosting the event. So Morocco has already hosted the tournament twice in 2022 and 2024. And then hosting 2026 will make them will be the third time. Will be the third time they'll be hosting the tournament, making them the first country to ever do that, to ever host three consecutive Afcon women's competition in Africa. So Morocco was confirmed in 2024, and then someone asked why the sudden change? Because in 2024 you were confirmed the host of the event, and then coming down to 2026 you decide to opt out just like that. You understand? So as of today, that is the 3rd of February 2026. I went on the portals or on the media portals of CAF, but then I didn't find any news confirming this news. You understand? So it is something that is happening. It's a developing story. So let me give you a backstory. Senegal won the Afcon 2025 just January 18th, 2025. They played against Morocco and then they won by 1-0. So during the match, we all know what happened. We also the fight. We also the problems that came after the event. So during the competition, there were some things that happened in the field of play. Morocco wasn't happy about. Senegal also wasn't happy about. So they protested. Both federations or both teams protested on the field of play. We saw fans of the two teams fighting, throwing things at each other. So this forced CAF, that is the Confederation of African Football, that is the governing body of football in Africa, the overall governing body of football in Africa. They had to go and sit down and investigate what was happening, investigate what triggered the whole event. They had to investigate why things like that happened. And then they came out with their own sanctions and fines. So they fined both teams, and then they sanctioned both teams, where some players had bans for 2 matches, some had 1 match ban, some were fined, and then also the federations of both teams were also fined. So the event, which ended in so many speculations and reactions on social media, the football federations of both nations were very unhappy with how things turned out, especially with how the whole event, because Morocco, who was hosting the event, was anticipating to win the cup, because over 50 years now they haven't won it. So they were eager. They knew they win this thing. And then for it to end that way, and then they didn't win, it meant so many issues. And then with the officiating and all that, referee decisions and some things that happened on the field of play, Morocco wasn't very happy about. So Morocco, or the CAF had to go on investigation mode. You understand? They went to DC. They had to see whatever issues that came about, and then they had to be very fair. You understand? Because CAF has always insisted that they are going to be very fair in everything they do, in their bets, in those they are going to confirm as winners of the bid, and then even their sanctions, and even refereeing. So I'm sure some decisions that the referee made, he has to be called, or he'll be called back door. That is maybe the refereeing body or the institution that was taking care of referee decisions on the field of play. I'm sure they are going to interrogate him and then ask him why he made certain decisions during the match. So now, from the backstory I've given you, we are convinced that this is why Morocco has decided to opt out of the competition, because they were feeling that they had to win. You understand? They had to win. And then since they didn't win, and since CAF also sanctioned them, you understand? Because they were feeling like CAF was supposed to sanction only Senegal. But then CAF sanctioned both of them because whatever we saw, it was a reaction on both sides, and then it was only fair CAF sanctioned both parties to make it very fair. But then Morocco wasn't having it. Morocco wasn't happy with the decisions of CAF. So I'm sure this is the reason why they opted out of, or they are opting out of hosting the Women's African Cup of Nations 2026. And then I would say this is very childish, you understand? It's just like when we're kids, the guy who brings the ball decides how the game is going to go. You understand? When you offend him, he picks his ball and says he's going home. That is what Morocco is doing. That is the vibe Morocco is giving now. So in an event in South Africa, it was a sports award in South Africa. The Minister for Sports in South Africa took the opportunity and then announced that South Africa was going to step in to host the Women Afcon 2026.
Tonight, I would like to announce that South Africa will be hosting the 2026 Afcon, which we all know that is a qualifying tournament for the 2027 Women FIFA World Cup to be held in Brazil. Shine, South Africa. So, Banyana, this belongs to us. Congratulations.
And then that was what raised the whole issue. That was what brought people's attention to the fact that Morocco has decided to opt out of hosting the event. You understand? And then this is very unfortunate. I don't know why Morocco should do that. People are calling for them to never host anything again. You understand? But then we'll see how things are going to go. I know CAF is going to handle the issue very well. And Mochepe, that is the CAF president, is going to handle things very well. So far, he has done a very good job with handling of events. When we look at past events in Cote d'Ivoire, we saw how things turned out, and then it was very good. It was very perfect. It was up to standard, you understand, world standard. And then he has done very well. But then Morocco has disappointed everybody, you understand. But then also black Africans, or the Africans up north, that is Algeria, that is Tunisia, Morocco, they've always been saying that they are not part of Africans, or they are not part of Africa. They wanted to be part of the European Union and all that. And then they are being trolled on social media that if you claim you are not African, if you claim you are not part of Africa, and then a competition for Africans is being held, why do you want to kill yourself to be part of the competition? Why do you want to struggle, or you are so bent on winning the competition when you know you are not part of Africa? But then this conversation is for another day. My name is Loki. This is Loki. This is Let's Cook. You know how we do it. I hope I've just broken everything down for you to understand. If you don't understand anything, just leave your comments in the comment section. If you have anything to also say concerning this issue, leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to our channel. This is a new channel we are building. Subscribe and then join the family. I'll see you in the next one. Voila.